On a warm Saturday night in Norman, Oklahoma, the air was thick with anticipation. The city buzzed with excitement as fans from all over the country poured into Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium, ready for a spectacle under the lights. This wasn't just another game, it was a high-stakes college football clash that had been circled on calendars for months. The Oklahoma Sooners, ranked 18th in the nation, were set to defend their home turf against the formidable Michigan Wolverines, who came in ranked 15th. The stadium was packed to the brim, a sea of crimson and maize, with fans waving banners and chanting in unison. The energy was palpable, every seat filled with someone hoping to witness history. This rare matchup was only the second meeting ever between these storied programs, the first since the legendary 1976 Orange Bowl. Memories of that classic game lingered in the minds of longtime fans, adding an extra layer of drama and nostalgia to the night. For Oklahoma, this was more than just a game. It was a chance to bounce back from last season's disappointments and make a bold statement on a national stage. For Michigan, it was a test of grit and determination, a chance to prove themselves in a hostile environment far from home. The crowd's roar was deafening as the teams burst onto the field, crimson and cream filling the stands, while pockets of maize and blue stood defiantly. The energy was contagious, with every fan on their feet, waving pom-poms and rally towels, ready to support their team through every high and low. Both teams were loaded with talent, boasting future NFL stars and led by sharp strategic coaches. Every play was meticulously planned, every snap carrying the weight of months of preparation and the hopes of thousands. Oklahoma aimed to ride the momentum of their passionate home crowd, hoping to turn every big play into a tidal wave of noise. Michigan, meanwhile, looked to silence the stadium with their own explosive plays, determined to prove they could thrive under pressure. The atmosphere was electric, every fan on edge, every moment magnified by the stakes. The tension was almost tangible, as if the entire stadium was holding its breath, waiting for the first big moment to erupt. This was college football at its finest: tradition, rivalry, and the relentless will to win, all playing out under the bright stadium lights. The sense of history and pride was unmistakable, with every player and fan aware they were part of something special. As the referee placed the ball and the kicker took his position, anticipation reached its peak. The entire stadium seemed to pause, the noise swelling to a fever pitch, as everyone braced for the opening kick. The story of this game would unfold one dramatic play at a time, with every yard gained or lost sending waves of emotion through the crowd. Each snap, each tackle, each pass would be etched into the memories of those lucky enough to witness it. The battle for supremacy had begun, and under the bright lights of Norman, a new chapter in college football history was about to be written. Oklahoma's quarterback, John Mateer, emerged as the game's difference-maker, stepping up when his team needed him the most. Calm and decisive, Mateer showcased his dual-threat ability, keeping Michigan's defense off balance. His ability to read the defense and make quick decisions was on full display. He accounted for all 3 Oklahoma touchdowns, 1 through the air to Deion Burks and 2 on the ground. Each play demonstrated his versatility and athleticism. His poise was evident, especially during critical moments when the Sooners needed a spark. Mateer's leadership and composure under pressure were crucial in maintaining the team's momentum. Mateer finished with 270 passing yards and 74 rushing yards, a testament to his versatility. These stats reflect not just his skill but also his determination and hard work. Michigan's defense struggled to contain him, never knowing if he'd pass or take off running. His unpredictability kept the defense on their heels all night. His leadership fueled Oklahoma's offense, especially on long clock-draining drives. Mateer's ability to inspire and motivate his teammates was evident throughout the game. In the fourth quarter, Mateer orchestrated a drive that ended in a field goal, sealing the Sooners' win. His strategic play calling and execution were impeccable. On this night, Mateer wasn't just a quarterback, he was the star, leading Oklahoma to a signature victory. His performance was nothing short of spectacular. His performance earned respect from fans and opponents alike. The crowd's cheers and the opposing team's acknowledgement spoke volumes about his impact. The Sooners had found their leader. John Mateer's performance solidified his role as the heart and soul of the team. Behind Oklahoma's triumph stood head coach Brent Venables, whose vision and defensive expertise shaped the win. This victory was a milestone for Venables, validating his efforts to rebuild the program's toughness. His aggressive defensive schemes stifled Michigan's young quarterback, forcing mistakes and confusion. The Sooners' defense played with relentless energy, shutting down Michigan's offense for most of the night. After the final whistle, players hoisted Venables in celebration, a moment of unity and joy. The stadium echoed with, "How do you like me now?" as fans and players reveled in the win. Venables praised his team's resilience and heart, visibly moved by their effort. This wasn't just a win, it was proof that Oklahoma was back on track. For Venables, the night was a powerful validation of his leadership. The Sooners' future looked bright. Oklahoma wasted no time asserting control, moving the ball efficiently on their opening drive. John Mateer's confidence was clear as he connected with receivers and made smart decisions. The first touchdown, a 9-yard strike to Deion Burks, ignited the crowd and gave Oklahoma an early lead. The Sooners' defense matched the offense's intensity, shutting out Michigan in the first half. Michigan's freshman quarterback, Bryce Underwood, struggled under constant pressure. Oklahoma's defensive line dominated, and the secondary blanketed Michigan's receivers. Just before halftime, Mateer powered in a 2-yard rushing touchdown, extending the lead to 14-0. Michigan was left stunned, shut out in the first half for the first time since 2020. Oklahoma's near-perfect half set the tone, dominating both sides of the ball. The Sooners entered the locker room with momentum and confidence. The home crowd sensed something special was unfolding. The Wolverines faced an uphill battle. Michigan stormed out of halftime with renewed energy, determined to turn the game around. The players were visibly fired up, their focus and intensity evident as they took the field. On the first play of the third quarter, Justice Haynes broke free for a stunning 75-yard touchdown run, silencing the crowd. His speed and agility left defenders grasping at air, and the stadium buzzed with excitement. The score tightened to 14-7, and Michigan's confidence surged. The players on the sideline erupted in celebration, feeding off the momentum shift. Haynes' explosive play reignited the Wolverines, and their defense responded with renewed vigor. They swarmed the field, making crucial tackles and stopping Oklahoma's advances. But Oklahoma and Mateer answered quickly, engineering a drive capped by Mateer's second rushing touchdown. Their offense was relentless, showcasing their resilience. The Sooners pushed the lead to 21-7, showing resilience under pressure. Their sideline was a picture of determination, refusing to let Michigan's spark dampen their spirits. Michigan kept fighting, adding 2 field goals to close the gap to 21-13 by the end of the third quarter. The special teams executed flawlessly, keeping the Wolverines within striking distance. The game tightened, tension rising with every snap. Both teams knew that a single mistake could change the course of the game. Michigan's spark made it a contest, but Oklahoma's composure kept them ahead. The Wolverines' efforts were relentless, but the Sooners remained focused and disciplined. The stage was set for a dramatic final quarter. Both teams gathered on the sidelines, strategizing and preparing for the final push. Both teams dug deep, knowing every play could decide the outcome. The intensity on the field was palpable, with each player giving their all. The crowd was on edge, sensing a classic finish. The battle raged on, with every fan holding their breath, anticipating the next big play. The atmosphere was electric, setting the stage for an unforgettable conclusion. While Mateer led the offense, Oklahoma's defense delivered a statement performance. The Sooners held Michigan to just 13 points and 288 total yards, stifling their attack. Even after Oklahoma turnovers, the defense refused to break, allowing only minimal points. Freshman quarterback Bryce Underwood was harassed all night, completing just 9 of 24 passes. Coach Venables' game plan confused and pressured Michigan at every turn. In the fourth quarter, Oklahoma's defense forced key punts, preserving the lead. The unit's discipline and intensity defined the game's closing moments. It was a complete defensive effort, cementing Oklahoma's identity as a tough, resilient team. The Sooners' defense had answered the call. Beyond Mateer, several Sooners stepped up in crucial moments. Deion Burks caught 7 passes for 101 yards, including the opening touchdown. Jaron Kanak's 5 catches and a highlight reel grab kept drives alive. For Michigan, Justice Haynes was the standout, rushing for 125 yards and a game-changing touchdown. The fourth quarter's defining moment was Oklahoma's 16-play, 78-yard drive, draining over 8 minutes from the clock. Tate Sandell's 21-yard field goal with under 2 minutes left sealed the win, making it a two-possession game. The Sooners' ability to control the clock and execute under pressure was the difference. Big plays and discipline on both sides of the ball secured the victory. Oklahoma's stars shined brightest when it mattered most. The win was a true team effort. An intriguing subplot was the bond between the head coaches. Michigan's Sharon Moore, a former Oklahoma player, returned to face his old mentor, Brent Venables. Moore downplayed the personal angle, focusing on his team, but the shared history added depth to the matchup. After the game, the coaches exchanged a handshake and words of respect at midfield. Their journey from colleagues to competitors highlighted the strong ties within college football. Moore's return was significant, even in defeat. The night added a memorable chapter to both coaches' stories. With this win, Oklahoma improved to 2-0, gaining confidence and national attention. The Sooners look to build on their momentum as they prepare for a road game against Temple. Coach Venables will keep his team focused, avoiding any letdown after the big victory. Michigan, now 1-1, returns home to regroup and face Central Michigan. Justice Haynes' breakout performance offers hope, but the team must learn from this tough road test. Both teams have plenty of season left and valuable lessons to carry forward. For Oklahoma and Michigan, this game was just the beginning of their journey. The season's story is far from over. The next chapter awaits.